Hello everybody! It's me, Godo, and I welcome you back to my Puzzle Manor game dev series. That's right, using Unreal Engine and Blender. So today, I'm feeling Gooey, and by Gooey I mean GUI, Graphical User Interface. Maybe just more UI than GUI, I don't know. Well, it is graphical, but I don't know. Basically inside of the game, right? Some really cool UIs inside of the game. So yeah, last stream, I did kind of start doing this part of the UI. Well, yes and no. So I had a little widget that I could display on screen. I'm gonna show myself. Hello. Yeah, as well as my screen. So I'm opening the project right now. Last time, where were we? So for a long time in the project, I've had a little widget that I use to display the thoughts of the player when you're pointing to a lookable, right? So an object that has a lookable component, actor component, more precisely, on it, could then display the thoughts on screen, okay? When you're in game. So a good example is this map that's right in front of you when you start. You look at the map and you can see there's a little bit of a text at the bottom. This looks like some kind of map. I wonder what the red circle means on the map. And then, just a bunch of lookable, right? So this little widget UI that appears, it used to be a full blueprint, WB Thoughts, which has been renamed WB Thoughts 2. And I could delete it at this point. I kept it because I used it as an inspiration to make the other one. And this one, basically, it inherits from, you can see, parent class is puzzlemanor.wthoughts. What is wthoughts? Well, it's a widget class in C++, right here, okay? And the parent class is umg.userWidget. So the user widget is a class. We can see the C++ code. And the reason why I did that, why I remade that widget blueprint, which already worked pretty much perfectly, is simply because, one, it simplifies how the code circulates and whatnot. Like the blueprint code was pretty messy, but also and mostly, it's a good introduction to making a C++ widget. For me. This way, now, by the way, I can actually make, just make sure my volume is okay. Yeah. So this way I can actually make a more complex UI that has actually interesting and more complex logic inside of it. And it's going to be extremely useful, well, for this part of the series, because we're actually going to be making puzzles and little UIs in which you can input stuff, right? So yeah, that's what we want to do today. It might be a little complicated because I might have to do some stuff like pausing the player movement while the UI is opened, and then also making sure that, yes, the mouse displays on screen, but also can move around freely without moving the camera and whatnot. So there's a little bit of trickery that might have to happen. But in the meantime, I've made my first class in C++ that uses, that is a user widget, and it works perfectly. So it's really cool. And I can set it just like I used to, wait, it's right here, I think. Yeah, in the level blueprint. So, pretty much the way that I used to create it. At begin play, you just get the widget that you created. This one is the one that inherits from my C++ class, and I just added to the viewport. That's pretty much it. So yeah, quite simple. And then the next ones might have to be attached to the player or something. Yeah, speaking of which, I will actually start by making a very simple crosshair HUD. So it's going to be more of a normal HUD, right? So it's always going to be on screen and whatnot. It's just going to be a quick crosshair. Like here, when I'm pointing, you can see I have a crosshair. in the editor. This is very useful to know where you're pointing, right? But here, when I'm in game, see, no crosshair. Yeah. Kind of annoying, right? So I wonder, actually, I said crosshair HUD, like a heads up display, but I know for a fact, for example, when you open a widget, you can actually make it so that the player's mouse is visible while the widget is open. So maybe I can just do a functionality where at begin play, I make the player's mouse appear, but then change the appearance of the mouse. So I guess I'll just Google if I can do a crosshair easily, because the actual UI that I need to do is like more complex and whatnot. The less time I spend on the crosshair, the more I can spend on the actual puzzle UI, right? So here, let's go. UE5. Yeah, display mouse cursor. Okay. Yeah. We'll click events and show mouse cursor. I'm able to click on an actor in my scene, and it outputs the hello world stuff I scripted in that actor. However, moving the mouse without pressing any buttons no longer moves the camera. If I hold down either button, the camera moves when I move the mouse. Okay, that's weird. When I toggle only enable click events, I can move the camera with the mouse without any button presses, but I no longer get a successful hello output when I click on it. So both have the click events work and be able to rotate the camera without pressing buttons. If so, how would I implement that? Please, anyone? Out. Event begin play, set viewport mouse capture mode. So let's go, so let's go in the level blueprint right here. Event begin play right here, that's fine. Sorry, no, here. Yeah, okay. Then set viewport mouse capture mode. Something like that. Like set viewport mouse capture mode. Okay. Right, okay, yeah. Sure. Maybe these things happen one after the other. Somehow. And I can keep those close and maybe space them out a little bit. Capture permanently, including initial mouse down. Okay. From view when viewport is clicked, and consume the initial mouse down that caused the capture so it isn't processed by player input. Okay. If I do this, okay, just to see. Okay, this is basically the default behavior, right? Jazil. Sorry, my dog is barking. When I scratch her little belly, she calms down. I don't know. She's very stressed every time someone comes into the apartment. Okay. That being said, so okay. Yeah, so I guess maybe I didn't even need to do what I just did here, because the mouse capture mode was okay, but it seems like the other guy, the way he did this, might have broken the thing. So here, yeah, show mouse cursor. Okay, I want to also show mouse cursor. So let's say I add another step here, which is show mouse. Come on, man. Show mouse. Can I see this? So event begin play, set, show mouse cursor. Oh, you get the player controller. Set ignore mouse input. No, I don't want to ignore mouse input. So it's in the game mode actually. Not in the level. Okay. I mean, you know what? This didn't change any behavior, so I'm gonna keep that out for now. I'll know that it exists if I need it. For now, it's not the level I need to change. It's actually the game mode. The puzzle manor game mode. Full blueprint, please. So yes, I'm gonna do a quick begin play event. Okay, this is fine. Can you remove this? You're really annoying. So show mouse. You're kidding, right? Or like it was set. How do I do this, bro? I want to show the mouse cursor. What? Where do you get that from, bro? I'm not quite sure. He says, and put this. Yeah, but how do I put this? Maybe it's in the get player controller. It might do it for me. So if I do get player controller, and I do show mouse. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yep, and show. Just show it. Just show it, brother. Okay, and then the next step would be, so if I click, okay, this doesn't worry about. So here, I want to do. Okay, it was mouse. That mouse cursor widget? No, that's not what I wanted. It's mouse. Not show mouse cursor. Wait, no. Wait. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it myself. I'll find it myself. That. Said viewport mouse capture mode. Why no capture? Capture permanently, please. So if I do this. Oh, you're kidding, right? Oh, this is annoying. Oh, you're annoying. You're so annoying. Oh my god, this is really annoying. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Oh, this is insanely annoying. Oh god, okay. The other guy did say capture permanently. This one? You gotta be shitting me. This is crazy, dude. You can't do this. You can't do this to me. Yeah, I can try something like that, like set ignore. Why ignore move input? That's weird. Okay. Now I do have the same problem as that guy. So I'm gonna go back to the first forum that I found. So wait. Yeah, I'm just like him. I have to click. This is annoying. In the event begin play. Okay, so he does say, like, don't do this here. Do this in the level. That's what he's saying. So I'm gonna do just like he's saying in the level blueprint, you know. I can add it after, it doesn't matter. So mouse capture mode. That viewport, mouse capture mode. Capture permanently. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. I'm sorry, man. If it doesn't work, try this instead. Exactly what you have with mouse shown. Then in the player event tick, add controller, input mouse. Get mouse X and plug it, controller ya or whatever word. man, this is annoying. Hey, you know what's easier? Literally my original plan. Okay, so remove this. It's useless. Remove this. It's useless. Compile it. Save it. Nobody cares about that. Okay, so now just making sure that I'm actually back to the original working state. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna do a heads up display with a little bit of a crosshair. And that's it. It's gonna be super simple. Okay, so I'm not even doing a C++ class here. Just a quick blueprint, quick and dirty blueprint class. It's gonna be a nope. It's gonna be maybe not blueprint, but maybe like a UI stuff, you know, user interface, brother. That's late. That's complicated. I want a widget blueprint. This widget blueprint is gonna be super easy. Yeah, user widget, I guess. What's a widget that's not a user widget? Every widget is a user widget. Okay, never mind then. Audio button, audio text box, editor utility widget, level sequence burn-in. What? Tag records. All of that is very complicated. So this is a fine class user widget. Okay, and my widget blueprint is going to be WB crosshair. So simple. And you know what it's going to be like? It's going to be like just a quick, not checkbox. I guess it could be an image. Who knows? Yeah, let's just make it an image. And this image is gonna be, I guess I can just make the crosshair in paint.net really quick. So I'm gonna make a new, how many pixels by how many pixels? I don't know, pretty small, like 20 by 20, maybe less than that, like 10 by 10. Zoom, and he's zooming in. I'm just gonna delete everything and then add a quick line that's like gray or something. So something like this. Okay, I don't want you this. Yeah, that's fine, but you're gonna be 1. Slightly off. No, it's gonna be 2. Cool. Hey guys, we've got a crosshair. Maybe though, I want to just add a little tiny bit of detail, like this. Or, no, better than that. I mean, maybe I just want it to be transparent here. I don't really know. Maybe I want it to be like this. Yeah, super cool, bro. I think this is gonna be annoying though. So I'm gonna remove these. I don't know if I'm better off like circling what I'm seeing. I think this is a more simple crosshair. And this is the most simple it could ever be. But I think this is fine as well. You know what? Let's just remove everything real quick. And let's do this, Control N, new. It's actually too small. It's gonna be 30 by 30. Okay, zoom in, delete it all. And now you're gonna be, oh, I said 30 by 30, sorry, new. Okay, maybe just resize. Resize to actually 31 by 31, okay? This way I want a perfect middle. And I'm gonna put it in the perfect middle. This is not the perfect middle. No, I wanted to move this. this feels like it's the perfect middle. So here it's how many? How long? 15? Seems pretty good. This side, 15 as well. That's great. So this is the perfect middle. And then here, this might be the perfect middle. So like this, 15 length, and here, 15 as well. Okay, this seems like it's the perfect middle. Now here, yeah, I'm gonna put a little black dot in the middle. Okay, I think that's good. Or maybe not, maybe it's too annoying. Okay, I'm thinking too much about this. So I should go in. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, where's the thing? In documents, maybe? No. Yeah, Unreal Projects. Puzzle Manor. Content? That's amazing. Level, meshes, particles, and whatnot. You know what? I'm just gonna create one real quick. So, give me a quick sec. Cancel this. You're actually going to have a new content thing folder, which is going to be like textures. I guess textures specifically for UI, but as a PNG, that's good. And yeah, again, documents, Unreal Projects, Puzzle Manor, content, and textures. And this is going to be crosshair. Yep, that's good. Thank you so much. Okay. What unsaved change? Oh, this one? Don't save. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here. Oh. That's great. Okay, that's awesome. So here, you're going to use an image. You're going to be much smaller, by the way. Okay, actually, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to want a canvas panel, actually. So remove the image, put the canvas panel, and then put the image inside. This way, yeah, this way you can actually put an anchor right in the middle. Reset these, so you're right in the middle. Yeah, well, your size is going to be maybe a little more than that. So maybe like 50 by 50. So position is going to be minus 25 by minus 25. Something like that. You're right in the middle. You're very small. And then you're going to have... What? I don't know, import. Crosshair? Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then here, how do I tell you I want an image? Oh, right. Okay, here. So I'm gonna go crosshair. That's good. Yeah, it's a bit of a small crosshair. And there's no tint to it. Okay, that's good. I do think it's a little small, so I'm gonna make it a lot bigger. So let's say 100. So minus 50, then 100 and 100. Okay, that should be good. I compile, I save. And now, yeah, in the graph, here this is fine. I also want to add to viewport another one. So WB as well, WB crosshair. And I'm going to add it to the viewport. That's good. And you're actually going to have a Z order of 1. This way you're on top of the rest, I think. So compile and save. And what if I start the game now? Ooh, there's a crosshair in the middle. It is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Some kind of map and blah, blah, blah. It is, in fact, a little bit too big, and I could put some transparency to it. So I guess in the image tint, I can probably put some transparency. So something like, I don't know, like 0.7, okay? Something like that. Just a little bit of transparency. And it is a little too big. So I'm going to make it... You know what? I think I could try what I had originally, 50. But this might be too small. So minus 25 and minus 25. That's good. Now I compile, I save, and I try it. It is much smaller now. But it seems alright. It is transparent, but barely. Maybe I could make it a little more transparent, actually. But it's really cool that I have a crosshair. It's so much easier to point to what I want to point, you know, and to see why it doesn't work. Oh, it's so much better, actually. Oh my god. It's such a small and quick feature, but gosh, does it feel good. Okay, a little bit more transparency. So maybe a 0.5. I think this is going to be fine. Crosshair time. Ooh, it is very transparent, huh? This is actually okay, you know? I think it's fine. It's pretty subtle, but it does show what you're looking at, so... Yeah, it feels pretty natural, I would say. Maybe I would like it to be even slightly more transparent. Maybe. But then, like, that's just perfect. I can just understand everything. It used to be so awkward when I was clicking stuff because I didn't know... Like, it felt like I was clicking the stuff correctly, but I wasn't, which was kind of annoying. But now, like, that's crazy, dude. It feels so much better. I should have done that earlier. And there's no functionality to it or anything like that. I'm literally just, you know, I have a crosshair and that's it. Boom, boom. Yep, feels really good. I like the crosshair. It's a win. Big W. So I can now remove this from my list of things that I should be doing. Yep. I should have just done the crosshair right off the bat. I spent too much time trying to find a integrated solution. Okay. So now, computer UI and terminal UI. So, okay. Now, I'm actually going to be doing something, okay? Yesterday, we actually tried to follow a tutorial to create a widget blueprint using, you know, a C++ widget, a C++ like user-defined widget, and then making a widget blueprint that is a child of that, okay? This way you can basically offload the responsibility of writing functionalities to the C++ code while actually like displaying stuff in the widget blueprint is something you do, yeah, like in the blueprint editor, meaning that you can actually move stuff around in the canvas. It's a much better idea to do it like that. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm actually going to be creating the C++ class first, which is normal. So let's start. So new C++ class is great. I would like all classes. And in fact, I would like a user widget, if at all possible. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be calling this a W, and what W is it? It's a widget for, how do I call it? There may be multiple widgets for the computer, actually. Yeah, that's probably going to be the case, in fact. So W computer 1, I think is what I'm going to be calling it. Okay, so this is the widget computer 1. Because there's at least going to be 2 puzzles inside of the computer screen, right? Inside the computer screen. You're probably going to click on the computer and then whoop, it's going to open as a UI, right? Kind of like a close-up look. Yeah. Yeah, you may notice that I put the chill playlist, which is why the songs are playing for so long. But I wasn't really feeling for, I was really feeling for a chill stream today. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm gonna keep those open, just in case I need a reference for something, and I very well may need a reference for something. So you're a U user widget, it's great. I want you to have, do I want you to have any U property at all? Not really, right? Yeah, in fact, I'm going to refer to it right now. So I did use U properties here. Oh, you need them to be U properties if you want them to be, yeah, widget bindable and whatnot. So let's just take both of these and put them back here. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want any properties. I don't want anything. Okay, this here, I don't want anything. This is just a class that exists. So this is my new strategy. In the tutorial, he wrote like a function. He wrote like a bunch of logic before doing anything. But here, I'm just learning how to do stuff. So I'm going to be writing the blueprint first. I'm actually going to be finding the elements that I want. And like, oh, I want a text, I want a button, I want a image here, I want a thing. And once I found everything that I want, and I know that I need to use them in my C++ code, then I'm going to be writing a bunch of U properties for everything that I use in the code. If it's an element that is purely cosmetic or like a background or something like that, like an image that is, a U image that is only used for the background, I'm not going to write a U property for it. I'm not going to be using it. Basically, right? So this is my new way of doing things. I don't care about this for as long as I haven't actually designed my interface in the blueprint editor. So now I'm going to be writing a new, blueprint class, but more than that, user interface. So a widget blueprint, more precisely, is going to be a W computer 1. So you're going to inherit from this, and you're going to be called WB computer 1, right? So this widget blueprint, I'm going to open, I'm going to save. Here, there's going to be a canvas panel, and the background is going to contain an image. Okay, this image is going to be very full. So size is what, 1920? Yeah, by 1080. Yep. See? That's going to be the background image. So this one, I'm going to rename it to background. Okay, and this background, I think it was like something like a blue, like a programmer blue in the original. Something like that, like a pretty bright blue. Maybe a little like this. So like this, maybe a little darker, but a little bit more like this or something. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. It doesn't really matter. I may very well change this, and this is definitely temporary anyway. So this, I'm not gonna have a reference, okay? I'm not gonna make a U image called background. It doesn't matter. So now I want to find, all of the things that I need. I definitely need a button, right? At the very least. And this button, I can just place it there for now. I'm gonna place it better later. This one, I'm gonna call submit button, right? Okay, I really need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna pause you guys, leave you with the music, and I'm gonna come back in like 2 minutes. So see you in a sec. Hello, hello. I am back, my friend. That is to say, my friends. My friends. So I took the time to get some water, you know, stay hydrated. That's important. If you haven't been drinking water in a while, maybe you should go get a glass of water. I probably should have said it before I paused you, but you know, the reminder is now. Better late than never. Also, I don't know how exciting the next minutes are gonna be. I mean, stuff is happening. I'm not stuck or anything like that right now. But, you know, it's a pretty chill stream. Also, I did start pretty late today. I had a lot of stuff to do before the stream, so I'm gonna have probably at least another good hour of stream, but maybe like an hour and a half or something. You know, I think in an hour and a half or so, the stream will have to end. And I haven't even been streaming for an hour. So it's gonna be a pretty short stream compared to some of the other streams that we've had this week. Just making sure my volume is fine. Yep. That being said, you know, we're gonna keep going with the UI. Today, by the way, if I can do one nice widget blueprint. So the code, you know, in C++ and the blueprint itself, like all of that functioning together in a way that I can like click on the computer, open that, solve the puzzle, do submit, you know, make sure that it works, and then maybe even activate something. If I can do all of that, or even for just one UI today, I will consider that to be a huge success. Because from that point on, it just becomes like, hey, I know how to do this. Just do it like 2 more times with slight differences in the functionality, but you know, mostly the same. With slight differences, like, you know, not exactly the same thing that you have to validate with the submit. And it's just gonna be like very, you know, it's gonna be a lot easier. Once I have one of them functional, it's gonna be, you know, very easy to extend. So this is always the case, like kind of like when I was making my actor components. What takes a long time is like making sure that it's functional, but once you've got something functional, you just put a lookable on everything and just write some text, right? That's pretty easy to do. And well, for the UI, it's different. I'm probably gonna have to do a different C++ class and a different widget blueprint for every single screen, but I can do a bit of copy pasting and, you know, I'm not gonna do like one super generalized blueprint where you add like 15 arguments to like create the puzzle, or it's too complicated. For the scope of this game, like, it's just not worth it. But, you know, if I had like a dialogue UI or something like that, with like faces of characters that appear when they talk and something like that, like, you know, they come from off screen and whoop, 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 something like that, I could have some cool animations and using different textures depending on stuff as arguments. Like, yeah, I would do that, but here, since the, like, I don't even know if the content of like what's in here is gonna be the same, right? Like, there may be images in some in one of the UIs, maybe buttons in the other, you know, we'll see. So the first one, I wanted to say something. So there's gonna be a bit of text. Okay, and that text, yeah, now let's keep it white. Let's make it much bigger. Okay, I'm just gonna block things out. Like, it doesn't matter if they're not centered or anything like that. I'm gonna fix that later. For now, I just want the text to say something a little more interesting than this. So it's gonna say from, just like I said last stream. So from top left, or I should say from left to right, top to bottom. Okay, something like that, right? This is a very small text. I'm gonna make it much bigger, something like a good 60, top to bottom. Yeah, you're gonna be centered, by the way. Even though this isn't centered correctly, at least this is written in the middle. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Well, if I go 0.5 and 0.5, and then I reset the position, what do? Oh, the anchor is gonna be here. Oh, yo. So instead of always having if I want to center things, I can just put the alignment to 0.5 instead of having to put this at half the value of this. This way, even if I change the value of this for like 2000, see, I don't have to change the position all the time. Oh, it was so annoying to do that. This is great. Man, I love this. Okay, so here, I don't know, it could be like 100 high, it doesn't really matter. And here, it doesn't matter either, like, yeah, 1000 was good. Who cares? That's good. And now, the position Y, I'm gonna change it though. So it's actually plus, like, 400. This is way too much. What am I talking about? This is much better, okay? From left to right, top to bottom. Okay, this is amazing. So here, I can also center it, like, really easily. Oh, I love this. And your anchor is going to be right there, brother. So if I reset these, it's great. It's amazing. And why? Maybe I put 0 here, actually. So, or 1 here. That's... Yo, that is so good. That is so good. But let's go 0.5. It's easier to understand. And, yeah, you're actually going to be... No, here, position Y, like something like minus 200, right? That's good. And then here, the size... I mean, size is fine, really. Like, go 130, doesn't really matter. And then 350 maybe, something like that, right? That's a good button. And on the button, by the way, I'm gonna want some text. Okay, and this text, I don't need a reference to it. I don't need to change it. I'm just gonna leave it to text block. Or maybe just call it submit. Submit text. So here it's going to be much bigger and it's going to be black in color. So color, like this. Int is going to be centered and everything. It's going to be a lot bigger than this. Where is the size? Right here, right here, right here. So it's going to be maybe like a 50, right? And it's going to say submit. Okay. So very easy to understand so far. Then, how do I... Yeah, in what way do I want to... Because I basically need the player to define an order, right? So a cool way to do this would be if I had like an area, right? And I'm showing you with my hands. So an area, you know what? Maybe I should just use paint.net. That's much easier to understand, actually. So if I go here and I go rectangle, yep. You go like, you know, you have like an area here. And inside of that area, maybe you have like a bunch of circles, okay? Circles that are like, you know, well, actually, one of them is what, like green, right? One of them is blue, boom, or like this. Oh, wait, I can put them in a separate thing. So here, boom, green, then blue, sorry, then green, then like yellow. Oof, that's not very dark, huh? Let's say this is yellow. Oh, it's much easier to see. And then you have like one that's like orange, I think, yeah? Like an orange, okay? So what would be cool is if you could just like click on one of them and then drag and drop it like here. And once you do that, automatically you would have, you know, this one like sliding. So basically they like adjust themselves. This way you like put them in order. And yeah, you just put them in order. that would be like really cool, but it feels like it would be super hard to make a UI like this, right? And I don't want to have to become like a professional at making stuff like this. So checkboxes may be better, right? Especially if I can make them stylized or something. Because another, like a way that checkboxes could be is, let's say I just fuse them all now. Okay, something like that. Maybe I actually could do like Control V, Control. What are we talking about? Maybe like this. Yeah, like I have a bunch of these. Oh, not like this. Like this, okay? And well, I've made them a little too big, but let's say I have 4 of them because there's 4 books. And basically, you just have to like select which one is actually being used. So something like this, I don't know, like that maybe, like this, and maybe like you, no, not full, like this, right? Maybe you like select one of them on every like row. You can just select one, and once you've selected the correct one in each row, like you're fine, right? So it like, this is like 1, then like 2, then like 3. I can even put numbers on the side, this way it's easier. And then there would be 4 and then another one. So that's actually much more realistic because all I have to do is like select one of them. So I don't know if I can do something like that with a checkbox. Because I want like a checkbox group. So if these are like checkboxes, maybe you even have like blue and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Like blue, green, thing, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just check. It's like a full grid and you check the ones you want. And you can only check 1 per row and per column. If I can add that kind of restriction, that would be really cool. It's just, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do that because checkbox, it feels like it's its own thing, right? So, you know, like 0.5, 0.5. What if I just put it in the middle and then reset everything? And what if you're like huge? You're like 200 by 200. Okay, that's a huge checkbox. Checked. Oh, it's so small. Why doesn't it become bigger? Okay. Because like the area of the checkbox is much bigger. I don't know what the toggle button is, but okay. And this is a checkbox. Like it's cool, but oh, this is unchecked. Sorry, so let's go unchecked. Image size. Okay, this is where you write the thing. Okay. So here maybe size to content. And image size is going to be like 100 by 100, right? And not draw as none, draw as image. So this is good. And if I go like, oh, it's checked actually. So that's annoying because you have to resize size every time, but you know, maybe this is checked and whatnot. Okay. I'm wondering. But I want, like, if it exists, I want like a group. Radial slider. Oh, that's kind of cool. Doesn't really matter. Input. Combo box. To display a list of options. The user in a drop-down menu. Drop-down could be a solution as well. So, if I could have a drop-down with a bunch of just images that are just circles of a certain color, right? Like a blue, green, something. So like you have a couple colors to choose from. That could be interesting, actually. And you just select the first one, the second one, because a combo box, like you cannot choose more than one per combo box. So if there's one combo box for everything I'm doing, it's not too bad. If I was making a real commercial game, I would probably do my original idea where you just, you know, drag and drop them and they like slide in place and whatnot. It would be really cool, but I would probably have to make a custom component for that, so... Inbox. So this is good as well because I'm gonna have to input some answers at some point in other UIs. Spinbox is a numerical entry box that allows for direct entry of the number. Okay. Or allows the user to click and slide the number. Okay. Type in custom text. There's a single line to be entered. Okay, those are some nice inputs. List view. Up to thousands of items to be displayed. Okay. An important distinction to keep in mind here is item versus entry. The list itself is based on a list of n items, but only creates as many entry widgets as can fit on screen. For example, scrolling a list view of 200 items with 5 currently visible will only have created 5 entry widgets. I see. Make widgets usable as an entry in a list view. Must inherit from user object list entry interface. I see. Tile view. A list view that presents the content as a set of tiles all uniformly sized. And a tree view. List view, but can be displayed as hierarchical tree of elements. Okay. Tile view could be interesting. Right. Okay. But I can't even test because they don't have a default thing for tile view. Because tile view could be interesting. As I was saying, there is a solution here where I'm doing some kind of matrix, like this one, matrix. And then I can just put labels on top and at the bottom just to see where you're doing stuff. There's a world where I'm doing that. I think the easiest way right now is really just the drop-down menu. Which was in the input, the combo box. It's actually probably the easiest one. Expandable area? Nah, I don't really care. Optimization, invalidation box. Okay, retainer box. Okay, just, yeah, optimizing by controlling stuff. I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I could use something that helps me lay them out, but the thing that I would really like is if I could make sure that like their functionality is, you know, can be used together. But I guess I'm gonna have to write the logic for that. That like if you select something, the rest gets unselected or something. If I have like something like this, if I click on this one, I have to manually say like, hey, all of the rest, you know, get unchecked, or maybe uncheck everything and then check that one or something like that. Yeah, that I'm probably gonna have to do that manually. So allow widgets to be laid out on the floor horizontally. That's cool, but again, it's just paneling, right? It's just laying stuff out. Yeah, uniform grid panel is not too bad, I guess. Kind of like a tile view. You can just have a bunch of stuff. Like I could have images here, I guess. So let's just try this. Or something. Where do I specify how many slots I want? I know? That's weird. Okay, what if I now put a bunch of images inside? Just to try. Right. And why is it like this? Oh, because they're not at 0.5, right? Oh wow, okay. Up. Oh. Yeah, they just fit their entire thing now. Their color. That's kind of crazy. Okay, well... that's interesting, but it's really just to help you like lay out stuff. I mean, I could technically just manually do it in the canvas panel. I mean, it's okay. I might use one of these panels to help myself. Okay, what about... oh, wait. What about primitive? Circular throbber. What is this? What? How is this a primitive? What? Oh, that's cool. It's like, wait. That's cool. Nah. I don't care. I don't care. User created? That's a lot. I mean... yeah, I can put like already existing ones inside of these, but I don't really want... What's a dynamic entry box? A special box panel that auto-generates its entries at both design time and runtime. What? Useful for cases where you can have a varying number of entries, okay, but it isn't worth the effort or conceptual overhead to set up a list/tile view. What? Note that the entries here are not virtualized. What? What? What kind of entries? Hey, you know what? I'm spending too much time. I don't know how this works. Input key selector is a key with a modifier. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Title bar area. So a panel for defining a region of the UI that should allow users to drag the window on the platform. Panel for defining a region of the UI to drag the window on desktop platform. A region of the UI. Users to drag the window. What? Okay, I guess. I mean... Okay. That's not really what I want though. So what I want is... Maybe I want a uniform grid panel. Maybe I do. So let's see, okay? I want multiple things. I want images. Or I guess I want 4 images. Or you're the left. Okay, you're then here. And then you're like here. Okay. So there's 4 images. I might want them to be, you know, placed differently, but there's 4 images, okay? And they each have their own color. By the way, the background color, maybe it can be like white or something. Or mostly white. What color am I not using? Because I'm using green. I'm using blue. I'm using orange and yellow. So I guess, yeah, something along those lines. So this may be better. And maybe this is actually a black color as well. So something like that. And here, maybe I can just go with appearance, tint, something like a full blue. Here, maybe you're something like a full green. Though you are a little paler. Could be a little more pale than that. Yeah, something like this. Right? So that it fits the book more. Well, maybe not that pale though. Something like this. Okay. Here, there's something like a yellow. And here you're gonna be some kind of orange. Orange. You're orange. No, like this. I wasn't like saying gay, I was just saying orange in a weird pronunciation. Just saying. So long, gay Bowser. Yeah, I'm just saying so long, Bowser. Right? No. I'm being facetious. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. So here you have the colors, okay? Yeah, they could be placed a little better. They could be like in the middle of their thing, or you know, row 0, 0, just 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, you know, different columns and whatnot. Their alignment could be a little different, like you could be in the middle, right? Or even, dare I say here. Okay, I'm gonna start here, it's gonna be easier. So this, and this perhaps? Something like that. And then I actually also want... Actually, yeah, your O... Oh, I placed them poorly. Okay, this is gonna be... like this. Blue. Orange. Orange. I'm gonna say it like this. The less... orange. Yellow and then green. Green, 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 green. Orange is gonna be last. Can I put it last? Like this? Yeah, green is gonna be second and blue is gonna be first. Okay, nice. You're actually going to be... You know what's gonna be easier? Nah, it doesn't matter. So orange, you're actually gonna be 4. Yellow, you're actually gonna be 3. Green, you're actually gonna be 2. And blue is actually gonna be 1. So now I actually want to place them in the middle. Like this. Okay. I might make them a little bigger later, but for now it's fine. And there's gonna be nothing on 0, 0. Now here, so this is color, okay? On the other side, I'm gonna make a bunch of just text labels that are gonna say, you know, first, second, third, and fourth. That's what it's gonna say. So here, boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so you're actually first, second. Oh, I can't call them like that. So, first, second, third, and fourth. Okay? Here, you're gonna say first, and you're gonna be in row 1. Okay? You're gonna say, you're by the way gonna be in row 2, and your text is gonna say second. Okay? Now you go. No, it's not gonna say it like that. It's gonna say second. Here, you're gonna go third, and row is gonna be 3, right? And then, oh, I should probably make them black. Okay, well, I'll change that in a second. The fourth is in row 4, and then it's gonna say 4, like this. Okay. Now the color and opacity, they're just all gonna be black text. This way it's a lot easier to read with this super pale background. Okay, like this, right? And then I can have a bunch of checkbox that are like a little bit everywhere. So that's cool. And I mean, the minimum functioning thing is, yeah, I have a checkbox everywhere. And all that I do actually is make sure that the correct checkbox, when I click submit, I have to make sure that the correct checkboxes are checked. So like I check 4 checkboxes and I make sure the rest is like empty, right? Or by empty, I mean like the square is empty, so it's unchecked, essentially. So I have to make sure everything's unchecked except for specific ones. So yeah. Now, how do I do this? Yeah, well, I guess I just make the checkboxes, just straight up put them here. And you're gonna be... No, inside this. So this checkbox is actually gonna be... checkbox 1-1 or something. and it's gonna be 1 and 1. Okay, so this is here. By the way, you're centered. Just like centered in both cases. Yeah, well. Like this. And this checkbox, it's so small, I can't see anything. It's like way too small, honestly. And the tint could be a little darker, honestly, like this. Fully black, brother. And then you're much bigger than this, like come on. It's not 16 by 16, it's gonna be like at least 64 by 64, I can't believe. This is checked? Oh no, don't tell me it's only when... Because now let's say it's checked. Yeah, I'm also going to change the tint. There's really no way to like add a generalized tint or something. Okay, there are states that it could have that maybe I'm never gonna encounter. I need another song. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, we're gonna try to discover a song from Last Bible 3 again. So Last Bible 3 OST. Maybe we just listen to the entire OST, you know? Maybe we just do that. Yep, I think we just do that, actually. Oh, there's a bunch of just snippets as well. Okay. So here, the checkbox is pretty big, but that's fine. I'm gonna change all that I have to change here, and whenever I create another checkbox, I'm literally just gonna be like Control-C, Control-V, right? So here, unchecked, hovered. Unchecked and hovered. So you're gonna be fully dark. And you're gonna be of size. Image size. 64 by 64, by the way. AC. Good. Fine. Whoops. Just making sure that I didn't do that mistake multiple times. It's gonna be really annoying if I have to adjust this constantly. Especially once I have multiple ones. I don't know why it would be undetermined. I don't know why. I'm not gonna do anything with that. Okay. This is pretty fine. Like this. So there's gonna be multiple other checkboxes and whatnot, but for now, I think yeah, your state, by the way, by default is gonna be unchecked. So I'm now going to try and add a reference, at least to this in code, and verify when I click submit. Oh, also to the submit button. So the submit button, as well as this, both of these should have a reference in the code, and I should be able to use it. So here I'm gonna expect that this is clicked if I want submit to work. And if it works, I'm gonna debug, like some debug info on screen. And once all of that happens, I need to find a way to open the UI from the in-game, right? But all of that is going to be happening after a quick break because I've been drinking too much water. Stay hydrated, and I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to put you guys on pause with the music, and I'm going to be right back. Hello, I am back. So, I need the reference to this. There's going to be checkbox 11 or checkbox 11. And the submit button here. So I'm going to do a U button. Okay, so it's probably in include, and here, you know, I had components slash image.h. Well, how about components slash button.h? How about a U button pointer called submit button? And how about this is a U property that is, I don't know, was it like edit anywhere? And then there was like meta equals something like blueprint bind or something. I don't remember. Bind widget. Okay, it's, yeah. So edit anywhere and bind widget. So already I have a button, and then honestly, I'm feeling like it's probably easier to get a reference to the, well, I'm gonna do that later, but I feel like getting a reference to the uniform grid panel itself, and then just going to see, like, you know, the thing that is in row 1 and column 1, right? Like, I feel like just going to get that element and maybe cast it as a checkbox is going to be much faster. This way I can really like use this as an array, right? It's going to be much easier. Also, if there's going to be functionality, can I not instantiate stuff with the widget? It's kind of annoying having to create, you know, one for every single one. So let's just keep it called checkbox, which is the default. So here I'm gonna have a, look at this, checkbox. I'm so good. And it's gonna be the same thing as this, but it's gonna be called checkbox. In fact, it's check space box. Oh, well, it's gonna be in one word. So checkbox. And then here, look at this. U checkbox. I know, that's so good. U checkbox pointer checkbox. Okay. So this way, if I were to recompile right now, they should be bound. You know, there should be a binding happening between both of these. And yeah. So I'm just going to recompile and make sure that's the case. This way my C++ is now going to have access to something that I had already predefined in the widget blueprint as I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So here it's great. If I compile again, no problem. So they're being bound now. Okay, so I have found my submit button and my checkbox. Now I want to do something like the unsubmit button and whatnot. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, I can probably, okay, I can probably do something like void unsubmit button or unsubmit. And then I just do it like this, and this I can probably bind to submit button. Probably in my constructor or on begin play, right? Virtual void on begin play, right? I think so. So here I'm going to define this, right? And I'm also going to define the unsubmit. So on begin play, there's going to be something like submit button, and I want to add binding, probably, yeah. Yeah, probably this. So just to be clear, F delegate property. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it works. So let's just go UE5 add binding to button. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Yeah, so exactly. In initialize, you need to bind. Oh, it's actually, oh, your button, unclick, add dynamic. Okay, yeah, it is a delegate, like a normal delegate. So on clicked dot add dynamic. No, they just say add. So you open this and F script delegate. Okay, and it's gonna be UW computer unsubmit. And it's gonna be pointer to this, right? So reference to this, right? That it? Cast delegate. There's nothing. There's no arguments. There's no nothing. So it should work. Hmm. Okay, but he does say add dynamic, but that's not what I've got. I don't have add dynamic, that's the thing. No, I'm fine adding this, but I'm wondering why it's not working. Yeah, I guess the if is pretty important, right? If submit button, then I can do this. But still, like, that's very strange. They're all doing add dynamic, but I can't. And if I say just add, it still doesn't work with this thing here, right? Like, I tried, but clearly it's not how it works. I haven't really been listening to the music, but this one slaps. Okay. Maybe I'm just not understanding the exact syntax for add versus add dynamic. So I'm just gonna try to find a just generalized example, not for specifically unclicked or anything like that, but just a generalized example for. Okay, well, again, I'm just going to go here and UE5 add binding to multicast delegate with add. Yes, exactly. Add dynamic macro for dynamic. You have to be kidding me. Why is the answer to use add when I don't want to add dynamic? You have to be kidding me, dude. Really, man? Really? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Add. Open parentheses. None of them. Oh, that's crazy, bro. 2. Non-dynamic. I'm gonna calm down. This is annoying. Oh my god, that's a lot of delegates. Static delegates. Please indulge me. Adding a listener to an event dispatcher. Yes, yes, yes. I get that. Where's the add? Nothing special. Just bind, brother. Bind. Come on, bind. Bind. Bind? Why bind? Bind. Why bind SP? Not bind, add. No. Please tell me there's an add somewhere. The thing is, this is not text, so. Declare delegate. Ftest delegate. Oh, this is just. Wow. He didn't like create a delegate or anything like that. He's just writing that he declares a delegate and that's it. Global function? Okay, that's weird. Bind SP. In Unreal Engine, when was this written, bro? In 2022? Yeah, that's pretty recent. Okay, in Unreal Engine Office documentation, there is Office documentation. Excuse me? So there is documentation. They're just not giving it to people. What is this? There is an example for this binding. To no surprise, it's incorrect. It uses t-shirt pointer, blah, 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 blah. Test delegate.bind sp. What is your test delegate? What are you talking about? Bind u object? Why is all this bind? Maybe this? It doesn't. That's ridiculous. What? No, that's... I did Control D instead of Control F. Add open parentheses. Okay, apparently it's nowhere. Wait, my delegate dot bind raw. What? Can I see an example? Oh my god. Why is everything dynamic? I am very mad. Why are all delegates dynamic except the one that I'm trying to use? Why are you not a dynamic delegate? Why are you just a declare dynamic multicast delegate? F unbutton click. You've got to be kidding me, right? Unbutton click. Unclick. And now there's no problem? Oh my god, I hate it so much. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I repeat, this is fine. So once that happens, okay, I'm just gonna go gengine and something like -1, you know, 2 seconds. Then F color yellow. And I'm gonna put some text on screen, which is gonna say submitted. Yeah. Add on screen debug message. This one right there. Okay. Gosh, that's harsh. Okay. Now, the only problem is I don't have anything to add this to the screen. So I could have a trigger. Well, it's not even just a trigger, but something like when you click it. Or yeah, I guess it's a click trigger. So I could have an activatable that opens a widget. So yeah, something like an activatable widget would be a C++ class that's an activatable. So new C++ class, it's going to be, well, cancel activatable. Oh, it's a, yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just going to be a new class, which is going to be an actor component next. And it's going to be an activatable widget. So I created the class. It could have been WB, right? Activatable WB, but that's fine. Activatable widget is a fine name, I think. I'm gonna go boil some water. I need to cook some pasta, okay? So it's gonna be really quick. Just gonna put the water, I'm gonna pause you guys for like a second. and he's back. Okay, so I am going to not forget to show my screen and webcam as well. So reload all. I now have activatable widget. Okay, this is going to be quite interesting because okay, this is way too much. Can you just, how does it, what, why, what's the problem? Oh, it's because, yeah, okay, what, why is it separated? What is this? Go here, bro. Yeah, okay, what's the problem? Okay, fine. Like this, it is fine. Here, okay. This is an activatable, is great. And now, I want to have a reference to widget. Oh, I'm actually gonna have to pause you guys again. It's getting pretty late. You know what? I'm actually gonna cut the stream right now, and we'll just be back. Probably not this weekend. Probably on Monday. Yeah, I streamed too late. Sorry, guys. Bye bye.